Oh, we haven't done it. I had Imtiaz Ali, who was my junior. I had Shah Rukh Khan, who was senior, but in another college. Yeah.
Sir, I wouldn't even say welcome to Shillong because you're having one of the fruits of Shillong already. How are you loving it?
I'm really enjoying it because somebody told me it's like Singhada, which we have in Bombay or even in the north, and it is a lot like that. But what I love is the sesame paste. I'm going to take lots of sesame paste.
Nei-Iong.
It's called
Nei-Iong.
Nei-Iong.
Nei-Iong, and this is Sohphlang.
Sohphlang. So
Sohphlang.
Sohphlang and Nei-Iong.
Yes.
I've already learned a little bit of
Khasi.
Khasi from you.
I haven't really introduced you to our audience, and
Oh,
that's
sorry.
so. Let's introduce him first. Sir, could you do the honor of introducing yourself?
My name is Roshan Abbas. I've been on stage since I was 4 years old. And I've never got off because I've continued to do stage. At the age of 21, I joined a mass communication institute in Delhi. I was very lucky because at the time that I was in college, there were so many people from the media around. I had Imtiaz Ali, who was my junior. I had Shah Rukh Khan, who was senior, but in another college. Yeah. There was Divya Seth, who was doing theatre with us. There was Vishal Bhardwaj, who was doing music and was a super senior. Ashish Vidyarthi was a senior. Barkha Dutt was a junior. And it was wonderful because we were all debating dramatics, all those people. So I think all of us wanted to do something in the media. I think when I came out, FM had just started, so I became a radio jockey. People said that I had a decent voice.
They're right.
Yeah. So thank you. So I started doing radio. I did about a year of radio and private television had started. So ZTV offered me a show called Hum Honge Kamyab. I did that for a little while. And then I was like, listen, I don't want to do this. I want to do something else. So I took a break. And then I came back to do a show called Born Lucky, Family Fortunes, Tufan Mail, Public Demand, Jeena Isi Ka Naam Hai, Cinestars Ki Khoj.
Jeena Isi Ka Naam, you were part of
Yeah.
that
So
also.
Jeena Isi Ka Naam Hai, when Farooq Saab finished it, he did 2 seasons.
Yes.
Then after that, 1 season was done by Suresh Oberoi and then 2 seasons were done by me.
Oh, I haven't watched it.
You should please see it. Most people know me without the beard. The beard is about 6 months old because I got very bored and I was like, maybe I should just get a beard for a while. So I think I was doing the Kohli effect.
So now tell me about Spoken Fest. Like, when did it? When did it start? Inception.
So Kommune started first because I had finished making a film myself, and after I came out from the film, I was like, when you finish a film, you've put all your creativity into it. Then you're like, where do I get new creative ideas? So my friend Ankur Tiwari, who's a musician, he started taking me to indie music festivals. So I must have seen indie performers in Bombay. I'd seen storytelling internationally, and so 2015, I said, what if I just invite some people and ask them to tell stories? 30 people turned up. I think 15 people turned up the first time. Email went to 30. And those 15 people, about 7 people performed stories, but the stories were so unique and so personal. One girl spoke about, failing at many things, but then seeing a sunset and feeling if the sun can go down, it can come up. And, people loved that. One guy spoke about how a smile made his day when he was driving and he was very angry. One girl talked about biryani and her mother, and then them not being able to afford it but still getting it. I spoke about my mom and, and when she was not well. Ankur Tiwari spoke about a sofa that he started his life on in Bombay, and 5 years later he found the same sofa again. So everybody had stories. Gaurav Kapoor talked about falling in and out of love on a train journey. So it was funny, it was light, and when we put these videos on social media, suddenly, like the first video only ended up getting some 100,000 in those days, which was considered to be like a big number then. And that audience, then that audience, that's just an event volunteer. Yeah. Then the audience just kept growing and growing and growing. 2017, we must have had a regular 100,000 people on our page. So I was like, if 100,000 people are on our page, at least 5,000 of these must be real people who can come for a festival. Yes. And I said, let's do a festival. 2-3 of my friends who were in brands, Asian Paints, Vodafone, HSBC, I just went and actually begged them. I said, please give me some money. I want to do this thing. And everyone thinks I'm mad ideas, but they believe in my ideas. So we put up the festival in Bombay. You won't believe, the gates opened and like 3,500 people suddenly ran in. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like a magic moment.
Oh, wow.
Right? And it was really magical. Over 2 days, we had 7,000 people. We had Tanmay Bhatt, we had Zakir Khan, we had Raghu Dikshit, we had in that year Danish Hussain, Nazi, the Draper, so many people. And seeing that, I said there's a movement here. We then started growing, and today we are 1 million people on our social media handles. We have 23 city chapters. We do the festival mostly in Bombay. We're now going to this year do Shillong and Bangalore as well. And hopefully next year you should see it in 5 cities.
So when it comes to selecting the performers, so when it came to Shillong, you are aware that many people are not that well versed with Hindi.
Correct.
Yeah. But you again got the biggest of names like Laksh Maheshwari, I just spoke to Amol Parashar, Priya Malik. Yeah, so how did you make the selection?
So see, if you notice, about 50% of our talent is local. So the first thing was we want to get good local voices. So we ended up getting local talent. I have a very good curation team with Atif, Pradyum, Tess Joseph, Aditya Jadhav. All of these people are part of the team. So these people knew that 50% talent has to be local. Then we said 30% must be English. And 20%, even the people who are performing in, I mean, they're not like Laksh. I told Laksh, the challenge is can you make yourself relevant to these people? So while he'll talk in Hindi, but he will also do some English. So the idea is to bring unique things to this audience, see how they respond. And if they get that, if we get a reaction, see, language is something which I feel, there's some universal emotions that we have.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you don't understand it, but you know, when you're sitting in, you get a feeling. I hope that we can create that bridge, because this is about bridging generations, it's bridging languages, bridging talent. And the minute we have that, I think we will be in a unique space. So that's what we're hoping to do.
Now I'll ask a very controversial question. That's something that the linguistic people often correct you.
Right.
How do you pronounce the word poem?
So you're right. There's a big debate about this. In the West, very often when you go to the UK and whatever, they'll say somebody's about to perform a poem. Right? So they'll say poem. India, we've always grown up saying poem. Right? So what happens is, yahan par, it's best to say that, you know, we've got a poet amongst us who's going to perform their work. You know, so you don't use the word poem or poem. So you avoid the controversy. But I've always said poem. But you're right, internationally many people will say a poem. So poem, pim, too many things. But what have you said always?
It's a poem.
Poem.
Is also there, but
It's poem. Poem. Which is nice. I think which is lovely. You've got it right.
Okay, sir. So I think the sun is also almost. See, I mean, the sun is also ready for the fest.
So happy. Wow. You know, we were so worried because you were like, itna karne ke baad, you know, when it becomes overcast, you're like, how will it be? But I can see the sun is trying to show its face, which is fabulous.
I think Shillong is ready.
Absolutely,
Ready for
it
the
is.
fest.
Absolutely.
So are you?
I'm more than ready. This is my second visit here.
Okay.
I'd come here to speak at IIM Shillong once, long back. But there's something about the hills which I love, and something about Shillong, just the cherry blossom trees, the tranquility of this Wards Lake. I walked from the hotel. I didn't take a car. I just saw such lovely faces along the way. I saw people enjoying slices of pineapple, apple, papaya, fruits. I don't know. There is something about people who have a smile on their face. Like when you all came also. You didn't greet me with that, you know, oh yeah. There's a smile on everyone's face. And I think that is so welcoming. So you'll see a lot more of us here. And thank you for having us at Shillong.
Enjoy your fruits, sir.
Oh, yes. Thank you.